Hey, what's going on, Rattlers? So when it comes to ball pythons, we all know that some genes can be extremely expensive. Well, I'm over here at my buddy Graham Hannegrefs from Herps, and Graham always has something incredible that he has to show off. So in this video, Graham is going to show off a unnamed gene that he's working with, that he's trying to prove out. And wait until you guys see what he has actually done with this gene to produce a snake that could, in fact, cost $50,000. I'm Dave Kaufman, and these are my reptile adventures.
At Zilla, we are dedicated to the innovation of caging, lighting, and equipment solutions that provide proper husbandry for your pet's long and happy life. To see our entire catalog, visit zillarules.com.
So I'm back at Graham's. Graham, it is always awesome to hang out and see what you got cooking over here, because you've got some really amazing projects going on. You know, you're like not a huge breeder, but the stuff that you work with is huge. So what's new? What's fresh? What's happening? Show me what you got.
It's fun. We revamped the collection quite a bit, so we're doing a little bit less subtle genes, working on a new project that we're going to show you today.
We've been friends for a while. I come over here, just hang out. It's awesome. But you showed me this project that you're working on, and you produced a snake that you said you would sell for $50,000. If you're going to sell it, we're definitely checking that snake out. But let's start at the beginning of that project.
So I've got the original female. So she's in deep shed right now. She looks totally normal.
She does look normal.
When she isn't in shed, she's got real nice, these blacks are real nice and dark black. She's got this blushing on her head there that you can see a little bit. What's nice is she has cool flaming up the sides of her belly, and these alien heads, when she's not in shed, they're really high white that outline the alien heads against the black pattern, so it gives a real nice contrast. It's just a busy patterned, more normal looking snake, but she's a het clown. I originally got her from a buddy in Texas, and there's no background on what produced her or where she really came from. So we bred her out and we made some amazing clowns. This is just, you know, I was thinking about calling it Titan, and then I saw there was a combo already called Titan.
Already called Titan, right?
And so, you know, we'll name it in the future. I'm looking to go for a super this year. If we hit a super form, at that point I can determine, you know, the value of the gene and what I'll start marketing it as. You know, it's fun. It's exciting adding a new color to the palette.
Absolutely, and you know, it's such a subtle gene. I mean, if anybody looked at this, they would say, okay, that's a normal.
Yeah.
But those little subtle nuances, you know, they really kind of make it, you know, a snake that you really have to take a second look at, work with, breed, see what you can get out of it.
Yeah.
And so this new gene that you haven't named yet is really key to making what we're about to see.
Exactly. And so I'm doing my due diligence on it. This is going to be the 4th season producing these new genes. I've held everything back.
Yep.
Until I really have a clear definition of what's going on, incomplete dominance or dominant, or really what's happening if it's allelic with, you know, if it's allelic with bell complex or yellow belly complex. I won't be letting it go until I kind of have those answers, just to keep the community safe. You know, it keeps me safe, it keeps everybody safe, it keeps the project safe. The integrity of the project is important to me.
Because one of the things that, you know, we often see is that somebody gets something different, and it really doesn't wow anybody.
Well, and they're selling it like 2 years later.
That's right.
And
that's right.
There's no answers yet.
And that's one of the testaments to your, you know, your breeding projects here, is that when you get something new, you sit on it and make sure that it is, in fact, something worth, you know, the hype that you're going to create around it.
Exactly.
So that's actually kind of cool.
So we've outcrossed it to 3 different males, 3 years in a row, and we haven't bred it back to any of its own lineage quite yet. So that's our pairing this year. We're going to go back to the year 1 male, and we're going to go to the new gene clown, the one that really wowed me and made me think there might be something here. So hopefully they produce a super, and maybe we'll get a super form with a clown.
That would be amazing. All right, so over here you have babies from that new gene there that we still don't have a name for, but we'll come up with something.
Call it original.
Original. The original gene, right. You got to come up with something more original.
More original. This kind of gives you a good idea of what we were explaining with that original girl. You can see those high whites around the
Yeah, look at that.
You can see the blushing, the flames.
And the dark is really black.
And the dark is dark, yeah. And over time, what's nice is that adult, she kept those blacks in there. So, you know, I'm assuming that the rest of these will actually keep those blacks true. And honestly, it'd be kind of cool to prove it allelic, you know. If it is allelic with something, then we're heavy into that allele, into clown. So it'd be kind of fun. It's exciting to prove it out one way or another.
Absolutely, but that's where the work comes in. And all the ball python morphs that we have, some of them are obvious morphs, you know, the albinos, the bananas, whatever.
Even your pastel.
Even the pastel, right? But some of them are so subtle, and those subtle genes are the ones that can really surprise us. Like, look at the Mojave, you know? For years, people were looking at the Mojave and saying, okay, this is just a pretty normal.
Yeah.
And then you bred Mojave to Mojave, and look what happened.
Right. Same thing with Orange Dream.
Absolutely.
Now look at Ozzy.
Right, right.
He's doing good. So this year we did banana GHI clown, female maker, male, to that original clown. This is a GHI clown. It just looks like it has more to it than a normal GHI clown.
Yeah, it does. It's a lot more white, I would say.
They always have that nice flaming on them, but it's a busier pattern GHI clown. It has nice blushing. It has those nice flames. I'm thinking what happened is this new gene just intensified the GHI clown on its own. Just made a better looking GHI clown.
So this is one of the babies that has that, you know, unnamed gene in it, but is obviously GHI clown. And you're right, it does look different from just a regular GHI clown. You know, if I didn't know that this had that unnamed gene in it, I would take a look at this snake and say there's something else going on there.
We do have some siblings of that, and I believe this is actually... This could be the new gene banana clown. I'm a little iffy on it just because we've got some diversity in the clutch. Let's check out our sister as well. It happens to be in shed. You can get an idea of her coloration. And so we've got the cool head stamps on here. We've got the busy pattern. I believe this one is for sure the new gene banana clown, the one that's in shed here.
Yep, the unnamed gene.
This one is quite potentially that too. Both of them are beautiful. They've got intense colors. I think those blacks that the new gene has, I think those really intensify the oranges and the lavenders and these clowns and these banana clowns. It's just a really, really neat look.
Well, and when it comes to bananas, you know, they are so variable in the amount of color that they throw from individual to individual. I mean, this is a project that's going to take a couple more years of breeding to see what actually is going on with this gene.
So this is the unknown gene, the new gene, whatever you want to say, that I've been working with. This is the original new gene clown or unknown gene clown. Just those two genes interacting, and this is what actually turned me on to that female might have something going on. That original unknown gene that just looks very subtle and like a normal.
Yep.
It reacted really, really well in clown. I see very established genes that pair with clown that don't look anything near this incredible. With the busy pattern, the high white flames, the color contrast, everything is great about this snake as a building block to what we can do with it. You look at the Pompeii, what would this add to the Pompeii?
Right.
But it has amazing pattern, and it has more flaming than a yellow belly clown. It's just absolutely incredible.
This is an incredible snake, but it's the dark darks and the light lights that really make that stand out in this clown combo. And again, the spots in those alien heads, those are black.
You know, I never actually noticed that.
Until I mentioned it?
Until you mentioned it, yeah. We have a kind of a cool lattice effect in this clown pattern too, so it's almost like a dorsal stripe interfering with the clown dorsal stripe. And it runs the whole length of the snake, even up here on the neck and the head. And it's just real neat. And here's a kind of an identifying marker of that new gene in the clown, I think, because I see that on the GHI. It has that little spot at the back.
Right.
And all these new genes have an amazing head pattern as well. The head stamp is something I look for. But the uniformity overall is really, it has that lattice stripe down the back. It has a nice head stamp. It has the flames. It has the nice darks and the nice lights. Just a really good contrast. Really busy alien head pattern as well.
You are definitely onto something with this unnamed gene, and you're going to have to really get creative because calling it the original gene is just No, I'm not going to let you do that. But
we'll call
anyway,
it something. I pretty much put original on this label just because she's the original animal.
She's the original, right?
Yeah.
Right. We're going to have to get creative on that. But you know, we all came to see a $50,000 snake, and it's time that we check this snake out. And this is a $50,000 snake.
So that's a banana GHI. The unknown gene we're talking about today that I've been working with for 4 years now.
There is something definitely happening with that unnamed gene when it comes to, you know, combos like this.
Yeah, it has that almost like a lattice effect, but it's all in orange and neon colors. So it's instead of like the blacks and the browns, it's all orange and yellow and lavender from that banana in there. And what's so cool is, you know, I produced a couple other banana GHI clowns this year. These are females, and they just don't look anything like this animal at all. They just didn't. They look amazing. Banana GHI clowns are amazing, but they didn't have the wow factor that this girl has. I mean, she really has the busy pattern in the clown that I like to see, and all of the colors are saturated, and has just it speaks for itself.
This is amazing.
You should have seen the color change this girl did, man. That dorsal, right after her first shed, turned almost completely white. So
really?
It was like pink and white on the back, and then it came back. So bananas will do that between sheds, you know, and they'll go gray or they'll go white, and then they'll go back and saturate up again. But
well, when I first met this snake was in shed, and even in shed, it was glowing in the dark.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, really intense.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about that $50,000 price tag. So obviously, let's be real about it. Nobody's going to write you a check for 50 grand for that snake.
Oh, absolutely. Pretty much, you know, it's a project. Like I was saying, I want to. Really, that price tag comes from me wanting to ensure integrity of the project. So when my buddy asked me, "Hey, let me buy that snake," I'm like, "Well, you know, you can have her right now at this moment when I'm not selling the project for 50."
But the point is that you take risks. You see something that nobody else really sees and says, "I'm going to take the time, several years of time, to try to." You know, prove this gene out, work with this gene, see what this gene looks like. But for you to, you know, see that gene and say, well, I'm not in it for the money, I'm in it because I want to see what this gene does with this combo, this combo, this combo, this combo. At the end of the day, it may bomb out and you're stuck with a bunch of snakes that you are still responsible for, still feeding, and not a lot of other breeders will take that kind of risk.
Right, yeah. In all reality, once this project proves out, depending on what I see as the potential, we'll start marketing it with the efforts we used, bringing it up and start marketing it at a pretty substantial number. I'm assuming if we see a super form or if we see anything that's just out of this world. Obviously, if we don't have high hopes.
Right.
At this point, it's a little bit of a crapshoot, but what can you do? I mean, it's all fun and games really in the end, and I'm having a great time with it. So if we produce a super, I think I'm going to be happier than if I got 50K.
So guys, I'm sure a bunch of you are already saying there's no way that snake costs $50,000, and to be honest, it really doesn't. You know, when it comes to ball python pricing, there's two factors that go into that. One is what the breeder is asking for the snake, and two is what the buyer is willing to pay for it, and that is what creates the ball python market. But guys, comment below and let me know what the most that you guys have either spent on a snake or are willing to spend on a snake. So guys, as always, thanks for watching, and until the next reptile adventure, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.